It's week 15 of the dynamic Tyreek Hill. He starts play fourth in the NFL in receiving yardage. It's the Dolphins and the Cowboys under the lights on Sunday night.
Well, much of the country is struggling under cold temps and some of that white stuff. No such troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Miami Dolphins. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Dolphins in our ball game here. You figure they've got to be looking forward to this one. They've got a clear advantage on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, they totally understand it, not just by running the numbers, but those numbers do play into it because you've got one of the better passing offenses in the league, a top 10 unit, going up against one of the poor defenses in the league. So I think we're going to see these guys take some shots downfield. But right from the start, I expect them to attack and get right after them.
Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And we are underway from Miami. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
Dak going to start out going to the air. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Zeke with a shake and bake. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
You can script and diagram plays all you want, but no one really envisions something like that happening this early in the game. How about that run to get things started? Didn't he win NFC Player of the Week last week?
Yeah, he was on fire a week ago, and what a start to this one.
Yeah, no sign of him cooling down at
all. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
A first down throw for Prescott. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Christian Wilkins able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Prescott. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Zach Pascal, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys board first here tonight. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Open man is Waddle, complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown there.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Now it's free. Hill fumbled it. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their 2nd straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Now Joey Sly for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
A first carry now for Chase Edmonds. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive.
On first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. Last week, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. We were talking with him on the field before the game. He said simply, I was in a groove. He obviously was.
And I think he's been a little modest about that, being in a groove. That's a big-time game right there. And I think he feels like his entire team is coming along with him because they're creating spaces and holes for him to run through. He's making people miss, running through tackles. They are locked in a big way and confident about this game as well.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
A second down throw for Prescott. A good throw here finding Pascal. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific a week ago when they went over Washington.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield, but all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Watch out for Hill on the return. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive.
It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive.
And a short pickup to about the 25.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talked about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys, and they are going to set up shop at the
offense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Draw play, Elliott. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Field
from the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Dolphins offense returning to the field.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get...
Oh, Edmonds has it knocked loose.
It's picked up by the Cowboys, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Team turned it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2. I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 8 catches, 79 yards.
And you know what he did all week in preparation for this one? Hydrated.
Salivated.
Yes. Stretched. Dreamed. Going against the last team in the league against the pass.
Yeah.
He expects to catch every one thrown today.
You're right. They have struggled 32 of 32 in that category.
Prescott.
And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there. Wanting to continue to go to the guys. Already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. Is able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
Now Elliott. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. Again, it's Elliott. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping it for a loss.
They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down.
Okay, break.
Looking to pass. Tua. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
4 yards. 2nd and 6.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Here's Tua. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And this one is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this 1st half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Tua with a throw brought in by Hill. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Tua now on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, 29 yards. And the Dolphins get a bit closer. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked. Well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. And beat you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
A first down carry by Elliott. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but from both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Elliott going to get it again on second down. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2.
Really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in. First down. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
That's definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Inside give to Elliott. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Again, it's Elliott. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from second and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
That's what I like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Prescott from the gun. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain him.
And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big game, run past you, and then uses his size and his physical.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
The number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. That's into the hands of Pascal. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Well, this drive, they're 2 for 2 on third down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Here's Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. Previous series, definitely a focal point. 3 catches, the touchdown grab. As a DB, or former DB, is there a number of catches on a drive you're like, oh, he got the best of us?
I'm not sure there's a number, but there's a great feel. And what he did on the last drive, yeah.
Especially with a touchdown.
Yes.
You're never happy.
You're exactly right. The way he capped it off, so you feel that at the sideline, and now you're looking at your buddies and saying, okay, what are we going to do to take things away from him? Because I'm not sure the other guys can make those sort of plays, so let's make sure that we don't let him get going again.
And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely...
Oh, what a juke into space. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a give to Edmonds. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw. And nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football.
Edmonds. will score. Touchdown, Miami. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Sanders on for the extra point. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was capped off by the Chase Edmonds touchdown run. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taken at the goal line. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
We'll see how much they give him the ball here. Pulling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd learned at ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Throwing, Prescott. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A quick slant. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And the return will stop right around the 25. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw there caught by Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there. First half.
Ready, set.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And again, back to Kmet. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Play action, now it's Tua. That one complete to Hill. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On play action, here's Tua. Tyreek Hill's got another one. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
Tua's throw caught by his receiver Hill. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Now Tua. This is caught. Touchdown Dolphins. Tyreek Hill. His 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. Dolphins get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
They still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for two. They're going to give it to Gordon. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for two does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fields it right around the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a two-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. A good throw here finding Pascal. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Final play of the half. Prescott, middle of the field. He finds Pascal. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. J.K. Dobbins, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. From there, we're out to check out another game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Kenny Pickett, excellent in the W, as his guys get victory number 12 on the year. And lastly, on Monday Night Football, this will be one to tune in for, as they've got a good one lined up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Cleveland Browns. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so... voice I have left for the second half here. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. Takes it at the 7. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to get the ball up. To try again after the sack. Tua. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Tua sets up to pass it. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Tua completing this to Waddle. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 16. A good pickup there at 22.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time. Really nice play.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it, and the Cowboys force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone, possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow! Knocked him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Prescott. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. With a gain of 6 on the play. And he brings up 3rd and 5 now.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss. And they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And he's out right at the 25. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up the 3rd down.
That was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And a tackle for just a short gain.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Open man Lamb, it's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Buying time to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. And again, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Miami set to take over as this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. Working with a 2nd and 4. Tua going to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now. Well, he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his legend.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on fourth.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's fourth down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
3 yards remain for second down.
Looking to pass. Tua. And that is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down.
Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Tua to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Sanders' kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get him back within one score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on this sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse, Elliott.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Prescott's throw hauled in by Washington.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. First target, first catch, and a first down. Here's Prescott.
And he'll get it right back to Washington. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Now Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up the 3rd down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing
some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
Prescott to throw on forward. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And he is going to have the Cowboys first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35.
Prescott down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss.
Well, Saquon's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to drop something good here on 3rd and 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And this is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just
there he goes left side. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Jalen Waddle,
78 yards.
And the Dolphins are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Sanders
Raiders now to add the extra point. And this one's back to an 8-point game. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team. Far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for. And remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs since day 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Over the middle, complete. That's Elliott. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And incomplete. He dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. 2nd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Tua sets up to pass it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And a completion to Wilson. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Prescott. Flushed out right. Taken in by Pascal out left. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Prescott looks to throw on first. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. And Pascal's got it. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys! Zach Pascal with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is up to 15 now. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. The last series for a little disappointing, forced to punt. They'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back. Pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Play action. Now it's Tua. And this one is incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
That was a nice job. Difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And again, it's Tagovailoa. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 18. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On play action, here's Tua. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Following the interception, here's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And some room to maneuver. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 139 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott on the slant. He finds Washington. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Still on his feet. Touchdown! James Washington, 44 yards. And the Cowboys have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Steps away to his left. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. On the move past the 40. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Tua. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Let's go.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go to Elliott again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset.
Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign, and it did that. I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for Dallas, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets.